Fantastic. So we have had a really interesting day so far with all kinds of different people coming to speak at this summit on love and happy, healthy relationships and the kind of tools that we need to embrace in order to achieve that. And I know that our next guest is going to equally bring something unique and special to share with us today. And so this is Cristina Popovici, and she's on today as Crystal. So you can explain in a minute, Cristina, about that name. But Cristina is a Reiki master. She's a healer and a holistic therapist, counselor, spiritual coach, and metaphysician. She is registered member of the World Metaphysical Association. She's also a hypnotherapist, past life regression therapist, and timeline therapist. She does one-to-one sessions with people and has been holding workshops and seminars for over 10 years on metaphysics and self-development. And I guess I was drawn to Cristina because I do quite a lot of deep meditation and teach it as part of my own work and how to access the quantum field. And how that by doing that, being in alignment and everything, we're able to manifest the relationship that we want. And so when I saw what she does, I just thought that it would be great to get her in here today. And so the name of the topic that she has chosen to speak on is Past Lives and Soul Connections, in which she's going to cover about the difference between twin flames, soulmates, and karmic connections, and what you can do to attract your soulmate and your twin flame. So I'm going to go over to you now, Cristina.
Hi, Lorrayn. Thank you for having me here.
My pleasure.
I'm really excited to be part of this summit. So yes, today I'm going to talk about twin flames, soulmates, karmic connections. So I'm going to talk about love and relationships from a more spiritual perspective, from an energetic perspective. I'm a past life regression therapist, as you have said. I've worked with people, seeing their past lives and exploring the connections in their lives from this perspective of past life connections. Why we're meeting someone, for example, is it a coincidence? Why do we feel so familiar or so drawn to certain people compared to other people? Like, for example, we could meet someone and we barely know anything about them, but we just feel an instant connection with them, as if we already know them, as if they're family almost. So I have explored this type of connections, of course, for myself in my own life, but with other people as well, like with clients. And yes, I'm really excited to talk about this topic. Many people have heard probably about twin flames, soulmates, of course. I think most people have heard of. I'm going to ask you, Lorrayn, have you heard about twin flames, just out of curiosity?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, great. So I'm going to start by explaining now the difference between twin flames and soulmates, because this is quite a confusing aspect for most people. There's a lot of talk these days about twin flames. And if you go on the spiritual websites and even on YouTube, to see all the spiritual aspects of relationships, most channels, most people will talk about twin flames. They talk about the twin flame union, the twin flame journey, and really twin flames are a bit rare, I would say. What most people don't really know or realize is that not everyone is a twin flame. Most people are soulmates. Most people have soulmates in their lives. Now, I'm going to say the difference now. With both twin flames and soulmates, so this is the common aspect, you share a soul connection, a very strong soul connection. This is because they are part of the same soul group as you. So what are soul groups now? I need to explain perhaps a bit about soul groups. Soul groups are like big, chunks of consciousness that have similar information, okay? They have similar energy. And from these soul groups, you have the different types of soul. So a soul group gives birth to different souls. These souls share a similar information between them. So this is why through the law of resonance or through the law of attraction, and even from a perspective of quantum physics, they attract each other, they resonate with each other because they have similar information. Now, we all meet soulmates throughout our lives. We meet many people in our lives that are soulmates, and not all of them have to necessarily be romantic. So we can meet, for example, a really good friend that is a soulmate, but we don't necessarily feel that romantic spark with them. We just feel a sense of familiarity, for example, or this really close connection. We can have family members that are soulmates, okay? So with soulmates, there's always this sense of being part of a family, okay? Soulmates are your soul tribe. They are the people that share a similar vibration as you. Now, with twin flames, this is the difference. The twin flame connection is quite unique because it's literally another half of your soul. It's like a twin soul, okay, twin souls. So it's like yin and yang. And this usually happens with old souls, okay? So souls that have been on a spiritual path for many, many incarnations. And these are also usually light workers. Perhaps you have heard the term of light workers as well.
Yeah, you might want to explain what that is in case people haven't. Yeah.
Yeah, so a light worker is someone who is a light being incarnated. They are usually as well star seeds. Star seeds are what people would say they are. Well, I'm going to use the term aliens, so to speak. So people who believe are star seeds they think they are incarnated beings from other systems, from the cosmos. They are usually very connected to the cosmos, to the stars. They love to meditate. They just feel they're not from around here, to be honest. And there's many such people around the world. There's communities of star seeds, communities of light workers, and so on. So twin flames usually are light workers and star seeds. So they're old souls, so to speak. They have gone through a lot of incarnations. And the twin flame journey is a spiritual journey. It's quite challenging, but very beautiful at the same time, because you meet your twin flame throughout many, many incarnations. And now the difference between twin flames and soulmates is that with twin flames, there's always this really deep connection on a romantic and on a sexual level. And the sexual alchemy between twin flames is sacred. So perhaps people have heard of Tantra as well. You have heard of Tantra probably, Lorrayn, isn't it?
I have, absolutely, yeah.
It is the Vedic, the Eastern tradition of the sacredness in everything there is, especially the sacredness on a human level, meaning the sacredness of the senses, of touch, of smell, of hearing, the sacredness of everything that is human, and that also implies the sexual aspect of being a human. So the sacred aspect of sexuality. So this tantric aspect applies very, very well to twin flames, because twin flames naturally engage in this tantric sexuality. There is an amazing sexual connection and chemistry that is also very, very pure. And it's almost like two halves of the same whole come together. So it's something quite special, and this is why many people talk about it. But like I said, not everyone has a twin flame. And that's okay, because with people who don't have a twin flame, they most certainly have one or a couple of soulmates that are destined for them, that they have most probably met in many of their past lives. Perhaps they have been married to them in past lives, and so on. So when they do meet the soulmates,
Can I just ask you something? Just I'm trying to understand how this fits in with like the quantum field. So you talked about this bubble of consciousness. I think you used that word too, which is where the soulmates kind of come down from that and manifest into the physical reality. And so when you're talking about reincarnations that we've gone through, so like a light worker has gone through different reincarnations, what does that mean in terms of the consciousness thing?
Okay, so it literally means that they have had many, many lifetimes. So they could have had thousands and thousands of lifetimes, basically.
And that means, do you mean lifetimes? Do you mean in this
Yes,
physical
yes.
time dimension that we are in right now?
Exactly. Exactly. Okay. Yeah. So many incarnations. There are also some people who have had, let's say, only a few incarnations. Like, not everyone has had a lot of incarnations. It also depends on the type of spirit, because that's the thing, we don't have all of us the same source. That's why we don't resonate with everyone. And this is normal, because each of us have our own individual energy. And it's normal that we are not going to resonate with every single human being on this earth. We resonate more with...
I'm going to be very, very challenging here, because it just fascinates me. That's so I'm asking you lots of questions. But you know, so as I understand the quantum field, it is a field of unlimited possibilities. Mm-hmm. So basically, anything you can think of, it exists.
It exists.
So all of these the souls that have had many reincarnations, they could be reincarnating, you know, in terms of the unlimited field of possibilities, lots of different times in the future, in the past, you know, maybe on other planets as well, not just on our planet Earth.
This is what starseeds are, actually, exactly like you're saying. So people who consider themselves starseeds, they believe that they're also incarnated on other planetary systems, or they have been before coming to Earth. Now, that's very interesting, because in my past life regression work, I've worked with such people who actually have seen themselves as beings of light, or as having a different form than a human, or as being on a different planet. And then we followed the timeline and how they came to Earth, how they incarnated. We also followed the timeline of their soulmates, of their twin flames, of the different kinds of connections, and of the karma, because at the end of the day, there is a karma there for each of us. And some of us have a more light karma, let's say. Some of us have a more heavy karma. There's always karmic connections in our lives. Some people we meet because...
Can you explain to people, perhaps you're not familiar with the word karma, what that feels like, what that is like?
Yeah. So karma is just an energetic baggage. This is all there is. It is an energetic baggage that we have with us when we incarnate. Why do we have this baggage with us? Because we have it in between lives from our spirit, and we have it from our previous incarnations. Okay, so everything that happened in our previous incarnations leaves an energetic imprint. And this is the karma that we carry with us in all of the other incarnations.
And what would you say? I hope you don't mind me asking all these questions, because I'm just fascinated by it. So what would you say is there a purpose to this, all the reincarnations?
Yes, there is a purpose. The purpose is to be free of the negative baggage that we have accumulated. You know, in my regressions, I've seen there is even a cosmic kind of karma, basically, not just a human karma. So when we came here to Earth as starseeds and light workers, for example, because I'm seeing in the comments, some people were saying, I'm a light worker, I know about light workers. So when people come here on Earth as light workers or starseeds, they carry even a cosmic karma of what they have done before coming to Earth, or why they even came here to Earth in the first place. So there's always a mission, there's always a purpose. And actually, with the twin flame journey, this is something very common. I'm not the only one speaking about this, but there is a mission with the twin flame journey. There's always a mission. And usually the mission relates to being a light worker, which means that when you come together with your twin flame, both of you have a mission. And that mission is, by coming together, you are doing something for the purpose, for the service of humanity. You are raising the vibration of this planet. You are helping other people. And by coming together, because there's two lights, there is basically the same kind of vibration that you have, you're coming together with this vibration, there is a whole. In this union, you are activating both of your potentials for helping other people.
Got it. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so hope that makes more sense now.
Yeah, no, it does. Thank you. Yeah, because it's sometimes if you're not familiar with the terms, the terminologies, that you explain it very well indeed. Yes, yes.
So yeah, this would be the difference between twin flames and soulmates, that with twin flames, there's always this chemistry, this sexual alchemy, this romantic relationship. But with soulmates, it doesn't necessarily have to be this way. It can be though, you know, there are people who have been, like I said, married to their soulmates in many lifetimes, and that one soulmate, they have a karma, let's say positive karma with that soulmate, and they're destined to meet again. And they're going to feel the same energy, like this familiarity, you know, this feeling of pure unconditional love. You know, even if they might not know them in this lifetime, they feel this instantly. So this is the explanation why.
And I'm just wondering also, how do you heal the karma with a twin flame? You know, if you know that for those people who've had that kind of experience of the twin flame and the intensity, because it can be very intense. And as you said, it's a romantic as well as a soul connection. And you know, when there is acrimony between the two people involved, how do you heal that?
Okay, so this is a very good and interesting question, because, you know, many people talk about the twin flame journey as having the separation phases. You know, they talk about the runner-chaser dynamic. When one of them is pulling away, it's like a push and pull. Isn't it like the yin and the yang, you know, push and pull? This is mainly because of past life karma, you know, and how to solve this karma. Now, this isn't a straightforward question. Answer. Sorry, I wouldn't say it's the same answer for everyone, because every case is different, and every twin flame pair is different. Every person has their own journey, their own soul journey, their own different karma. Even with karma or this energetic baggage, there are different types of karma. And people don't usually talk about it when they talk about karma. There's different types of karma. For example, you could have literally karma that only relates to this lifetime, karma from this lifetime or from the womb, or karma from just like in between incarnations, like in between the last incarnation and this one, that only relates to this lifetime. So this might be trauma that comes from the womb. When you were in your mother's womb, you may have carried her, like absorbed her emotions from inside the womb. There might have been some traumatic event there, or in your childhood. And this also relates to your limiting beliefs or your mental programming, as they say. So I'm doing like timeline therapy, and I've been working with people like to heal their childhood and heal these limiting beliefs. And these are very important, because many times this is holding us back from living our potential, from being confident, and from having happy relationships. So limiting beliefs, everyone has them. Some of us have more limiting beliefs than others. So yeah, it is important to heal them. I'm not really going to get into more detail on how to do this right now. So this is just the first type of karma, okay? There's the second type of karma that relates to you personally in past lives. So what you did in past lives, or what happened to you in past lives. So I'm going to give you an example. Let's say someone's husband may have died in their past life before his time. So this created a shock, this created a trauma in the person's past life, right? So then in other lives, they carry this trauma that, oh, if something bad is going to happen if I'm going to get married, or if I enter a relationship, or perhaps there is this fear of commitment that they don't really know where it comes from, or this fear of being in a relationship. Sorry, I'm just reading the comments as well. Previous memory imprinted in cell. Yes, of course, they are in the cellular memory. Yes. So we can release those on an unconscious level, for example, in hypnosis, like I'm doing a regression or timeline therapy, or we can do it in a somatic way, or we can combine both of them. So yes, all of this trauma and energetic baggage is in the body.
Explain what somatic is, because maybe people don't understand that.
Yeah, so it relates to the body. So doing body work, breath work, any kind of body work that releases trauma and trapped emotions as well. So yeah, it depends on the approach that you feel more comfortable with. I would say to combine the two of them. Ancestral clearing, to clear, yes, you can do that. There's a variety of different ways to clear karma. You can do it through shamanism, for example, shamanic journeying, shamanic healing, ancestral healing. You can do it through ritual work. For example, on a full moon, on a new moon, you can clear things up and you can set intentions. There's a variety of different ways. Or you can do, like for me, the most powerful way that I'm doing is past life regression, timeline clearing as well, and hypnosis. So working with the unconscious.
Fantastic. And how do people attract a soulmate or a twin flame, if that's what they want to do?
Yeah, another great question. So I would say they need to connect, first of all, to their soul, to their soul's energy. Yes, we are supposed, yes, to answer your question, Garrett, yeah, we are supposed to be with our twin flames. Many people, sorry, I'm just going to deviate a little bit so that I can answer this question. Is that okay, Lorrayn?
Fine.
Yeah. So yeah, there's some people on the internet, for example, on YouTube, that are saying that you're not meant to be with your twin flame, that is just a spiritual contract, a spiritual connection. No, this is wrong. You are meant to be with your twin flame. And this is the main difference between twin flames and soulmates, because twin flames have a mission together. You need to complete that mission. You need to clear the karma and come together. And you are meant to be with your twin flame. Yes, exactly. So our real soul relationships are predestined. Yes. So you're meant to be with your twin flame. So if you know you have a twin flame, or if you feel like you have met your twin flame, then the answer is yes, you are meant to be with them. So, sorry, I was saying how to attract twin flames, right? And soulmates. So the most important aspect is to connect with your soul, because everything comes from your higher self. Everything comes from the energy of your higher self in your life. Literally everything that you are destined to be and to become, all of your essence comes from your higher self and from you connecting to your higher self. Okay, so this is the most important aspect, to connect with your higher self, with your spirit. How do you do that? Well, you need to do some introspection, some reflection, and some meditation. For example, at the end of this talk, I have planned to do a really short meditation so that people can connect with the energy of their spirit, and they can also connect through their higher self with the energy of their destined soulmate or their twin flame. Because when you connect with the energy of your spirit, you also connect with the energy of your twin flame and of your soulmate. Now I'm going to tell you how I have attracted my twin flame back in 2014. I was listening, first of all, to music that was uplifting my soul and my spirit. Music is so powerful. Music is vibration. Music creates energy, creates waves and change in our bodies, in our cells, and in our consciousness. I love to listen to cosmic, new age spiritual music. And for example, at the time, and I'm going to, in this today's meditation, I'm going to use actually the same music. I was listening, and I'm going to put today the same music, Kevin Kendall. He's a great artist, a new age artist. And I remember I was listening to his music, and I was connecting with the energy of my soulmates or my twin flame. To be quite honest with you, at the time, I didn't even know that twin flames existed. You know, I was just thinking of soulmates. So I was thinking, I am ready to attract my match. I'm ready, universe, for you to bring to me my match. And I knew it in every fiber of my being that I have a match, that I have an energetic match that is meant for me. So you don't necessarily need to meet them or to know who they are or to have an idea of even who they are. There's just a general energy. There's a general feeling of having a soulmate. And this is important to know, that if you feel like you have a soulmate, or if you feel there is a longing to meet your soulmate, then you most probably have them. They exist. So you have to connect to that energy of them already being there for you. They exist. But first, you connect to them energetically with the feeling, the energetic connection between you and them. So that's what I did. I connected energetically with my soulmate, and my intention was to feel that love already, because they already existed. And in a month's time, or less than a month, I actually met my twin flame. As I said, I didn't even know about twin flames at the time. That's a different story.
Oh, that's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. Yeah. Thank you for that. Yeah, I think I had it the other way around, in that I met, I've met maybe one or two soulmates, and potentially twin flame as well. But I didn't know, I wasn't trying to find that person. It was only after they were in my life that I realized that they were that. If that
Right.
makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
And can I just say about your question, how to attract them? So this is one part of the process. The other part of the process that again relates to you being connected to your spirit is to live your soul mission or your soul purpose, to come into your purpose. Okay, so when you leave your purpose, you do a job that you love, for example, you give up toxic people in your life, you give up bad habits, you work on your personal development, you then step into your authentic self, into who you really are, and you get closer to your higher self. So you get closer, you get on your mission, really. So you're living your mission, and this is very important for you to attract twin flames and soulmates. And also what is important is to have a group of people that you are closely connected with, that you feel that you resonate with on a deep level. They support you, they are there for you, they understand you, and you grow together. This is your soul tribe. So when you are surrounded by these soulmates, by your soul group, your soul tribe, naturally you attract soulmates in your life, and you attract your twin flame and your destined soulmates.
Yeah, that is so interesting what you're saying. Although I would maybe use different words, the concepts are the same. When I counsel people, that you've got to have I would say sometimes like a sisterhood around you for women, and a brotherhood around for men. That is like your peer group. That's very much a part of self-care, to give you your power.
Yes.
So even and connect you. So I totally agree with you about that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, and should we open it up for some questions from the floor, because I think probably people do have some questions. So if you've got a question you want to just ask.
I think I've seen a few, but they were going by too fast. So
okay. Yeah, let's see. Are we supposed to be with a twin flame?
Yes, we are. I did answer that question.
You did.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I interrupted somebody saying, what happens when soulmates or twin flames meet each other? What happens then?
Okay, what happens? It's an interesting question, but from what perspective? Like, what happens in terms of what? Like how you feel around them? So, okay, so when you meet your twin flame, there's this instant knowing and connection that there's something really special about that person, and you've never really had this sort of connection in your life. You can't really explain it, but there's this really deep pull and this really deep connection, even though you might not even know them well. With soulmates as well, but it's a less intense feeling. It's more of a feeling of being familiar with soulmates.
Should we just ask everybody if have you had the experience of being with a soulmate or a twin flame? You can just put yes in the chat if you have had that experience.
I was seeing some more questions, but they're going so fast that
we can go back. But yeah, so lots of people have had that experience. I think it's like the person feels incredibly familiar to you. you can't explain what it is exactly, that just really.
Exactly, but and there's also an intensity and a really intense attraction, I would say. So this would be one of the differences between soulmates and twin flames. With twin flames, like I said, there's this sexual alchemy, so there's this intense attraction between the two. With soulmates is not the same intensity, I would say, but it's more like a familiarity, that you know this person, you're feeling comfortable around them. Yeah, they are your soul family, they are your soul group. Even if you don't know about soul families, you feel that.
Fantastic. And there's a couple of questions in the chat now. Can you see them? Can we release the karma is one question. And also, I'm guessing we have to work through the karma to reach having a happy, healthy relationship. Would you say that that's true?
Yes, especially with twin flames and with karmic soulmates. Yes, there is karma to be released. And this is why, like I was saying, people talk about twin flame separation. This is why there's so much talk about twin flames, about the runner-chaser dynamic, because of this karmic cycles. These karmic cycles that I've seen, for example, in my past life regressions with people, like what has happened, like the whole story behind. And yeah, a lot of the time, this is a highly spiritual connection. So you need to work on a spiritual, energetic level to make it happen.
Right, right. Gosh, amazing. Okay, any other questions, folks, before Cristina leads us in a meditation? Are you and your twin flame together now, Cristina?
Yes.
Yes. So do we have to clear? We had that answer that question. Okay, I think we've answered it. Anybody got any more questions? If you want to raise your hand, we can unmute you. Okay, I think for the moment people are okay. So maybe we could do the meditation.
Yes, and I just want to say that I have my free gift for the people who have participated today is a free Q&A with me. So if you have more questions, I'm giving you for free a Q&A on the 2nd of April at 6 p.m. So it's online. You, Lorrayn, I think you could send them the link. Right?
Yes, Nancy's going to put the link in the chat in a minute, and I am going to be sending the links out of all the speakers at the end of the summit to everybody.
Yeah, exactly. So if they have more questions about anything, not just about twin flames or soulmates, I can see them in the Q&A on the following Sunday.
That'd be fantastic. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so shall we start the meditation? Okay, so I'm just going to put some music here. I'm not sure, how loud you're going to hear it or not, but I just want you all to make yourself now comfortable, okay? Just be comfortable where you are. Make sure your back doesn't hurt too much if you're sitting on a chair. And I want you now to close your eyes. And we're going to start by taking a deep breath in through our abdomen, counting to 4. You're going to hold the air, counting to 4. And you're going to exhale through your mouth, counting to 6. Very good. And when you are ready, you're going to do the same thing. Take a deep breath in through your belly, counting to 4. Hold the air for 4 seconds. And then exhale, counting to 6. And now I want you to feel around you, to feel or to visualize a sphere of pure white energy. And I want you to see this energy spinning gently around your body, 360 degrees around your body. Just gently going around you, forming this sphere of white light. And now I want you to go deep within. And I want you to imagine that inside of the sphere, you are completely shielded from the outside world. And just forget all the distractions for a moment. Forget all of your thoughts, all of the worries of the day. Forget the world for just a few minutes. And just go deep within yourselves. And I want you to feel that inside of this sphere, it is just you and only you. And you are now with your own energy. You are now with your own soul, with your own vibration. And your intention now is to connect to the energy of your soul and to the energy of your higher self, your spirit, in order to attract your destined soulmate, the soulmate or the twin flame that you're meant to be with. And now with your eyes closed, I want you to raise your eyes, keeping your eyelids closed. Just raise your gaze towards your third eye, upwards. So keep your eyelids closed and just raise your eyes up towards your third eye, and keep your gaze upwards. And I want you to perceive above your head a source of light. And you're going to keep your gaze and your focus upon this source of light. And I want you to perceive how this light descends, goes down over your head and over your body and your entire being, as you connect more and more with the pure unconditional love and energy of your true self, of your spirit, of your higher self. And I want you to stay with this energy, stay with this light, keeping your gaze upwards. And you might notice that your eyelids start perhaps to flicker, to tremble. This is perfectly normal, as you are now channeling more and more light. And I want you now to feel and perceive the energy of your spirit. And this energy feels comfortable. It feels safe. It feels like home. This energy is familiar to you because it is you and it is part of you. And within this energy, you have infinite possibilities. And you have everything that your higher self desires for you. Within this energy, you can also perceive the connection between you and your destined soulmate. Your soulmate, your twin flame, is already there in energy form. Now perceive this connection. Perceive the connection that you perhaps have always been longing for. A deep, authentic connection with a soul who knows you, knows who you are, and loves you for who you are. And they are there already. So just stay in this vibration. Feel this light, feel the connection with your soul, with your spirit. And feel your soulmate being there already. Feel this unconditional love, the peacefulness, the feeling of home. And take this energy into your heart. Feel it descend and fill you. Fill your heart and fill every fiber of your being. You feel peace and love. And you feel everything is fine. For you already have the connection that you desire. And now you're going to pull this energy around you and in your body, grounding it in your body. And I want you now to allow your eyes, your gaze to come back to normal, keeping your eyelids closed. And perceive that sphere of energy again around you. Notice it again, that white sphere of energy surrounding you. This sphere encapsulates within it this vibration, this energy. You always can have this sphere around you, and in this sphere, you are with yourself, you are with your soul, you are with your destiny. Now breathe in deeply through your belly, counting to 4. And then exhale deeply. And keep your eyes closed just for a few more moments. To really feel this energy, to feel this vibration that you can always access if you choose to, at any given time. This vibration, this energy, this connection is within you. And when you are ready, you can gently open your eyes.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you very much for joining me in this short meditation.
Thank you very much for leading this meditation. I could see the people who have their cameras on were deep. You took us very deeply in such a short time. And I've just enjoyed listening to you so much, Cristina. You're incredibly knowledgeable.